A very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning into Times Now. I'm Kritsween Valyan at noon. We start with the latest we're tracking with regards to Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra, which is currently, remember, underway in Jammu and Kashmir, and massive uproar once again in Jammu over Digvijaya Singh questioning the surgical strike. Remember, he's been demanding proof for surgical strike and he remains defiant. He's not come out with an apology as yet, so he's sticking to his stand, to his statement, to him questioning the surgical strike. That's the reaction that came in from him yesterday itself. Pradeep has been tracking the Bharat Jodo Yatra for us in Jammu, and this is the anger that Digvijaya Singh currently is witnessing. He's having to meet this kind of anger of people in Jammu. Let me go across to Pradeep joining us with more details. Pradeep, we can see clearly people burning Digvijaya Singh's posters. This is, of course, with regards to the comments that he's made questioning the Indian Armed Forces by raising questions and asking for proof of surgical strike.
Obvious reason why there is anger, because everybody knows that how our men in uniform stand like a rock on the border, taking bullets on their body, and how they are sacrificing their lives in counter-terror operation to ensure peace and prosperity in Jammu and Kashmir. If somebody is raising question on valor of our forces, obvious reason is that people will be asking this question to the Congress government, that why you are Congress party, that why you are totally silent over this issue, why you are trying to backtrack from the statement. So far as the Digvijaya Singh is concerned, he is defiant. He is sticking to his statement, because yesterday, first time when he gave a statement, that was during while addressing a rally. And later on he tweeted where he questioned that where from the 300 kg of RDX came. I want to remind Digvijaya Singh that all these years there had been guns coming from Pakistan's side. Those guns are not grown on trees. Obviously Pakistan is smuggling those guns to this side of the border. So when you say where from the 300 kg of RDX came, everybody knows where it came and where from the terrorists also came out to this place to carry out that Pulwama bombing. There is a voluminous report that has been submitted by National Investigation Agency in the form of a charge sheet which carries the name of about 19 Pakistani terrorists, including Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar. But I think Digvijaya Singh is trying to play politics. He's trying to keep that separatist constituency happy, because they know that after crossing Jammu, now the Yatra will be moving towards Kashmir Valley. So they are trying to target that political constituency. That's why he has given a statement. He's not basically the misguided missile. He's a guided missile, and if Congress is really serious about this thing and they feel that they are distancing themselves from the statement, then why they're hesitating taking any action against Digvijaya Singh? Since morning we saw that how Jairam Ramesh was trying to provide Suraksha coverage to someone who had raised question over the valor of our Suraksha Bal. So he tried to heckle us, he tried to stop us from asking question. But I want to remind Congress party that here on Times Now, we'll keep on asking you question. If you think that way you will be able to silence our voice, you are completely mistaken, because that is our unwritten commitment with the viewers, that at any cost we will keep on asking for our soldiers, because our forces are a political body. If they can't ask question, we are there to ask on their behalf, because everybody knows it was Air Force Chief who had said that how after Pulwama bombing,
and what really gives the Congress the right to bring down the morale of our forces, Pradeep? That's the big question, because it's not a first such statement from a first Congress leader questioning the surgical strikes. They've demanded proof time and again. This time around, they're saying that the center is sitting on a bundle of lies as far as the surgical strikes are concerned. It's nothing but false, given that there's no proof so far that's been put out in open. Let me quickly put out that reaction as well. Stay on with us, Pradeep. The second time Times Now confronted Congress leader Jairam Ramesh, once again confronting him, asking him, will the Congress take any action against these habitual offenders? We're talking about Digvijaya Singh. Remember, he continues to remain defiant, but Jairam Ramesh too, once again, second time when Times Now decided to confront him, walked away. The Congress workers thereafter pushed our team aside as well. He chose not to respond to these direct questions that Times Now is putting out to some of these Congress leaders. Here's that sequence.
Jairam ji, what I think reaction, he is habitual offender. 2611 also he had given a similar kind of a statement. Now again he is giving a similar kind of, because you are the one who are often hitting out at the government for being undemocratic in their approach, dictatorial in your approach. If you keep on preventing us, how does it
any action on Digvijaya Singh, sir? ये तो बता दीजिए. मिस्टर जयराम रमेश सर कोई एक्शन लिया जाएगा दिस इज हाईली आप लोग ऐसे धक्का मारेंगे हम लोग मीडिया बता दीजिए मीडिया जो है गुंडागर्दी
This is a part of our job.
No. What you are doing is
It's a part of our. In fact, to ask questions.
जो आप कर रहे हैं क्वेश्चन का जवाब मिल चुका है.
Let me go across to Sushil Pandit, also joining us on the phone line. Now, Mr. Sushil Pandit, what do you make of, this kind of a comment being made by Digvijaya Singh and how several Congress leaders are now backing him? They're providing cover fire to their fellow colleague. They're not coming out, with a strict worded statement on what Digvijaya Singh has said, which goes on to reiterate that the Congress is also of the same opinion, as has been said in the past by many Congress leaders. They continue to maintain that there is no proof to surgical strikes.
So this has been a stated position of Congress. Why are we surprised? And this gentleman called Digvijaya Singh actually went to Mumbai to release a book on 26/11 carnage that happened in Mumbai, for which Ajmal Kasab was hung. He called it an RSS conspiracy and gave Pakistan a clean chit. So Digvijaya Singh is one of those gentlemen who was the votaries of Hindu terror, saffron terror. This man is a political history sheeter. Time and again, he has tried to embarrass India, question our armed forces, given a clean chit to terror, jihad, and hugged Zakir Naik publicly on stage, called him a messenger of peace. This is his record. Why are we surprised? But since Congress retains him as one of their senior leaders, who never misses an opportunity to strike at the Congress itself, unwittingly though, but this is what he has done to render complete waste Rahul monumental effort walking across the country. So Congress has to realize what is it going to do with this.
But Mr. Pandit, look at the duplicity. On one hand, they linked the Bharat Jodo Yatra to the twin blast that took place in Jammu very recently. So they've been raising questions on how not adequate security arrangements are in place with regards to the Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra. On the other hand, they go on to make these kind of statements against our forces, questioning, these strikes, really downplaying their efforts, and in that sense also making sure that, their morale doesn't stay the way it is. How does the armed forces today feel when time and again the principal opposition party in the country keep raising all those questions at them?
Yes, and they will never answer the fact that how come 10 armed to teeth jihadis landed in Mumbai with such lethal ammunition. I mean, it's coming rather rich from such people to ask how did RDX land for Pulwama, but how did these 10 people land in Mumbai and commit a carnage? So RDX has been landing in Mumbai and in the rest of the country since the Congress government days. When Mumbai was first bombed in 93, hundreds of kgs of RDX was used, more than 13 bombs were detonated, and more was recovered much later because it was dumped all over. So it is rather coming from these people so rich that they should be shut up for life instead of still continuing in politics. This is our misfortune. But our biggest misfortune, I must tell you, is that Congress at least was an option in our democratic marketplace as a party to choose. Today, they have destroyed that option, and Indian democracy is poorer because the electorate are not left with any opportunity to choose any different party.
And that's very, very apparent by the way the people have now decided to hit the streets, burn the posters of Digvijaya Singh while the Bharat Jodo Yatra is still underway in Jammu. Thank you, Mr. Pandit, for speaking to us. We also have former DGP JNK, Mr. SP Ved, joining us on the phone line. Mr. Ved, what do you make of this? A lot of anger now on the streets that can be witnessed. Posters of Digvijaya Singh that are being torn, that are being burnt. to ashes because of the statement that he'd made yesterday. Several Congress leaders still continue to back him. When Jairam Ramesh was questioned by Times Now twice, Congress workers started pushing our team away. They not quite giving direct answers, not really committing to any sort of action that should be taken against a leader such as him for making these kind of remarks. What do you make of this, sir?
See, the anger of people is understandable when you criticize your own armed forces who are laying down their lives to protect this country, questioning the surgical strikes, asking for proof. You are free to, as an opposition, free to corner BJP on many issues, but don't, in the process of this, don't obliterate the difference between a political party and the armed forces. And if you speak against the armed forces, the people of this country will not tolerate. They will feel very angry about it. And I think I would suggest next time, whenever the surgical strike too, it is better if Digvijay Singh is taken along so that he can photograph and see how many people have been killed there. I think that is the only solution now left. Next surgical strike too, he should accompany the armed forces. And I think India deserves an opposition which does a constructive criticism of the government and not against.
Yes, and that question is bound to be asked of the Congress party, sir, as to why, if you did congratulate the then army commander on the surgical strikes as a party, as the principal opposition party in the country, why are you today backing the man who not just is raising questions on the surgical strikes, but also, remember, said that it is the RSS that was behind 2611. Absolutely shocking statement once again coming in. Thank you, Mr. Vaid, for speaking to us. We now shift our focus